real cases before a real judge.
And now, enter the courtroom of Judge Mathis. Plaintiff Matthew Gongby lives in the same neighborhood as the defendant and her son, and he claims the son hangs out with a shady group of teens who often dress in army fatigues and walk around with fake guns. Matthew's suing because he claims the defendant's son shot his car with a BB gun. Defendants Erica Villapando and her son Juan Maldonado say Erica is a single mom of 4, and Juan had to drop out of the Job Corps to help her support his younger siblings. Erica insists she agreed to pay for the damages, but says Matthew refused to accept payments.
Start with you.
First thing is an honor being here, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The reason I'm here today, mostly, yes, it's damages to my vehicle, but also, I've watched you a lot over the years. I've seen you, work with troubled kids, and one reason I'm here today, at least, is to appeal, on behalf of the defendant. He's a young man, and I think he really does need some intervention.
Okay. Well, 2 things have to happen when you're trying to intervene with the troubled youth. 1, the parent has to be supportive, and 2, the young person has to be ready. Because you can't change someone who's not ready to change. They have to feel that they've done wrong and that they want to correct their wrong by changing their behavior and changing their life if they live a troubled life consistently. So that's what we'll have to see in the course of the case. Okay. Otherwise, we'll have to send him to Dr. Phil. I can't get it to the head. Go ahead.
Well, I'm hopeful, I'm hopeful that at least, throughout the case, as I make my case to you, she, the mother, and at least him, they will accept that at least, yes, there's a need. And
the reason I say that, I can kind of tell by Mom's posture that it's all about fighting you, not talking with the son. So let's proceed, though. We'll see.
Okay, and we live in a neighborhood, and we've lived there now for 2 years, Your Honor, close to 2 years. It's pretty calm, pretty quiet. Lived there with my wife and 3 kids. And this defendant, there are times where, I'm driving to work or I'm headed somewhere and there's this, group of young kids, school hours, and I don't know what they're doing now.
School age and not in school.
They're not in school. So, that had me wondering. There are times where, it's late at night, 9, 10 o'clock, and I'm probably outside walking my dog, and there they are dressed in army fatigue or camouflage uniforms with guns.
More than one?
Yes.
With guns?
And whatever they had, I know it was a gun, but I don't think it was something real as it, but it did look like a gun.
You think it was a fake gun, perhaps?
Yes. Okay. And there's so many occasions, times where I'm coming home and they, on their skateboards, just sort of jump in front of the vehicle or stand out in the street and you literally had a break. And hopefully, whenever they decide to get off the roadway.
And he was a part of those groups?
Yes.
Why don't I get some background from you all?
Thank you for having me on your show, Your Honor. First of all, I want to let you know I'm a single parent of 4, and we've been going through a rough road. My son, he was going to Job Corps. He had to drop out to help me support my other 3 kids.
Oh, he works?
Yes, I don't have no father and helping me right now. So right now it's just like real rough with me and my kids until this situation became. And I do want to respond that my son, we don't own no gun. My kids, he used to hang out with skateboarders, but not no more. We done moved and he's not a little troublemaker. He's a real good boy.
Never been in trouble?
Not like that.
Not like what?
With this situation.
I don't know this situation yet. I'm saying any trouble. Has your son been in any trouble?
No, Your Honor.
Never?
No.
Good enough. You want to say anything?
Well, what he was saying, it's not really true because I really don't be outside. I don't be chilling with people with guns. I don't know where he's getting all that from.
He said fake guns.
Well, my friend owns a BB gun, but
oh, okay.
Like I seen it a couple of times. I don't play with it. And
Good enough.
Excuse me, Your Honor. If he didn't play with it, matter of fact, he shot at my car. So I don't know what
Is
you
that
mean.
what you're suing him about? For
Yes,
shooting at
sir.
your car?
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me what happened.
You know, it's a Saturday afternoon, and I'm sort of back and forth from work. So I get home, and I'm on the cell phone, standing outside. My kids are noisy in the house, so I step out, and I'm on the phone with work. But, you know, I see them again, this group of kids. And next thing I hear, they have this weird-looking thing that I know was a gun. And next thing I know, he has it and he shoots right at my car. Shoot right at it. So I went over there like, yo, what was that all about? Oh, I'm sorry, it was an accident. I didn't know it was loaded. And then if my neighbor's son tells him, well, you knew the gun was loaded. And then it turns, you know, yo, man, don't, he starts getting disrespectful. Don't make this a big deal, man. You know, if it's anything, I'll fix the car. So, I'm sorry, Your Honor, you know, this is like, okay, you shoot at my car, and the next thing you're gonna tell me is to not make a big deal. It's a bunch, yeah. And he's like, okay, I got a little money saved up, you know, you want to make this a big deal, go ahead, I'll give you some money to fix it. And me being who I am, you know, I'm like, okay, this is not going to go good. So I call my wife, my wife hears the argument, and she comes outside, and, you know, we're talking, they're still being disrespectful. So I decided, you know, she was like, Matt, just step away and call the police.
But at least he offered to pay for it.
Well, here is the thing. And had it been where, yes, I'm sorry, I shot into your car, here's a guarantee that I'm going to pay for it, just try to get an estimate.
It was kind of like, shut up, I'm going to give you some money for this
like
little thing.
I'm just...
Yeah, chill out.
Yeah.
What you want? I got money in the bank. What you want for this? Owe you a couple of dollars asking me about this nonsense.
Yep, exactly. You know, and
all right.
Well, you did that real good. You did that real good.
See, I was real good. Chill out. What you want? I got money in the bank. What you want for this? Owe you a couple of dollars asking me about this nonsense.
Yep, exactly. You know, and
all right.
Well, you did that real good. You did that real good.
See, I was real good.
Defendants Erica Villapando and her son, Juan Maldonado, are being sued by their neighbor, who claims Juan shot at his car with a BB gun.
Go ahead.
So now it's like they're making me look like I'm the troublemaker, and why am I making such a big deal? And to be frank with you, Your Honor, I'm not that rich. I drive a Toyota Yaris. It's a little car, and so the cops called, and I made my case. He talks to them. The first thing, the gun they had, the cops were so sort of surprised that he had to call some other number to make sure it wasn't something that, you know, that was illegally, you know, in their possession.
Well, at least the police called to see. Some police would have shot him and killed him because he has a weapon.
Yeah.
And they were concerned that he might be a threat to their health and safety, so they shoot him and kill him.
And
Go
that's
ahead,
my,
though.
that's
So
my
he's
fear,
lucky.
sir. That's
Go
my
ahead.
fear. But the cops, you know, so he's a minor, and...
Or you shoot people's car with a BB gun and they caught the wrong person, not a guy like you, and catch the wrong person with a real gun.
Yeah.
He comes out and put two in his head. Go ahead.
Especially that's disrespectful as the way, but the cops, you know, they won't deal with him, so he goes to get his mom. This woman never, ever acknowledges me, never, ever talks to me. Her back is turned to me, but she's making these off comments about, well, I'm unemployed, and I don't know where you expect me to get money from. He's not going to be here. He's going to Job Corps tomorrow, so I don't know. I'm like, okay. So I asked the cop, I said, well, my vehicle's damaged, and what am I supposed to do? Well, he said, take it up and, you know, go to civil, you know, file civil suit or so.
Okay. Who wants to respond?
First of all, I offered him to pay.
Oh,
Just
good.
at that moment, I couldn't because I was unemployed.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks later, I had gotten a job. I told him I can make it in payments.
Good.
But he wanted to take it to his own hand. Okay, I understand. But the cops had told him that he had to either sue me or, you know, in order for him to do something about it, because they couldn't do, the cops couldn't do nothing at that time. So, like, I had.
They could have. They chose not to.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
called malicious destruction of property, and it's a felony.
Yes, sir.
And some kids go to juvenile, and he's 17, he'll go to jail.
I had spoken with like 2 or
So
3.
he did do something bad.
Yes.
Misbehaved.
Yes.
Committed a crime.
Yes.
A felony. Go ahead.
My son, I had spoken with like 2 or 3 mechanics, and they told me with that damage, I explained it more or less, and they had told me it would be like within $50 to
Okay,
$200.
you have your estimate?
No,
Okay.
I just spoke.
All right, they told you to be $50
Yes.
without seeing it. Good enough. A BB gun shot to his car.
These are pictures of the damage, and this is the police
Let's see this
report. I have
$50.
an estimate from Toyota.
Man, he didn't do nothing to you. $50. Shot all into your radiator. I see that. And yep, that's what they described, the radiator. Air conditioner condenser for $1,232. A little more than $50. You want to say anything?
Yes, most of the things he's saying is a lie, because I offered to pay him. I was working at the time. I was getting paid under the table. But I offered him like 3 times, and he would tell you. He'll tell you. I offered him like 3 times.
He said you offered it to him?
No, he said my mom offered him. I offered him out of my pocket.
Did you hear? You must not have been listening when he said on the site you kept talking about paying him, but you were speaking to him in a disrespectful way. You said, I'll pay you. How much you want for it? You weren't listening when he said that?
Sir, I was very
No, were you
respectful.
listening when he said
Yes.
that today?
Yes, I
All
heard
right,
him.
so why are you saying that he said you weren't offering anything? When that's exactly what he said, is that you
No.
kept offering him money.
No.
Let me get you out of here quickly. Judgment for the plaintiff. And if you don't turn your life around, you'll go to prison. And they will like you in prison. You're a good-looking kid. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, y'all.
Most of the things he said was a lie, and he knows it. I know it. But it's okay. It's all gonna come back and bite him where it's not supposed to.
I am sorry for what happened.
You're a young man. I've been young. I was young once. I really do hope that you learn to respect people and their property, and do something good with your life, man. I'm begging you.